It's wonderful to see all the friends and family in the same room for this special event, and we couldn't be happier. What you all don't know is that we're actually in the wedding venue business. We own a couple of venues, and we do weddings every single weekend. Anywhere from 200, 300, 400 people at a time. So we understand the details are overwhelming. And we do it every weekend, from the bar package to the catering, to setting up the venue, and I gotta tell you, it's exhausting. So fortunately for me, I have a lot of good family that comes up and works on the weekends, like Ryan, Connor, Maddie, Lauren once in a while, because they all live in Michigan. And they get to work the wedding. And Lil, yeah, I see you there, Lil. She's just started working, a little underage. So we work the weddings. We do it every weekend. And then on Sunday morning, we kind of like to get up and do a little post-mortem. We like to kind of rehash what's been going on, what happened during the day, who was a problem, what didn't go well. And of course, the boys like to talk about the talent most of the morning. But about a month ago, we're sitting around having breakfast, and we kind of start discussing Kerry's wedding and the details and when it's coming up. And Ryan says to me, "How's your speech coming along?" I'm like, "Well, I haven't even thought about the speech yet. You know, we've got 2 more. We got 300 next weekend, and I'm just completely wiped out." So Connor kind of chimes in. He says, "Well, I just wrote a best man speech." And I kind of channeled my inner Kevin Kelleher and nailed it. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll have Connor kind of, start working on the framework for me, and I can continue, kind of working on all these weddings and not have to worry about Kerry's speech. So about 2 weeks ago, I kind of sent text to Connor, and I say, "Hey, how's that speech coming along? Are you getting things going?" He says, "Oh yeah, I'm on it. I'm rolling with it. It's going to be ready." I'm like, "Okay, good." So I kind of table it, and we're hosting 275 people on Saturday, which was just a couple of days ago. High maintenance group, and I'm not even thinking about it. So we finally get on the road at about 8:30 on Saturday, and I sent Connor a text. I said, "Connor, how you doing with my framework? You got something for me? You got a little speech going for me?" About 2 minutes later, I get a text back from Connor. "Ha, Swimmington, Carlton. It starts off with 7 years ago." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I've been duped by Connor. Now I'm not going to have any framework to work with." So I figure, okay, I'm on my own. And sure enough, about 2 hours later, as we're driving up here, I get a text from Kerry. "How you doing on your speech, Dad?" I say, "Oh, I'm ready. I am ready." So needless to say, I have prepared absolutely nothing for today's speech. But we're going to get back to Kerry in a minute. So I thought, well, let's talk about Mike. Mike and I have really only gotten together a couple of times, and seemed to be a real nice guy. Now Justin, on the other hand, who is Lauren's husband, who got married back in October, we had a lot of time to spend together. They were living back in Michigan, and we were able to, do the family thing and go out drinking and really kind of get to know each other. So over the years, I was able to, really vet old Justin here and realize this guy's a stand-up guy, class act, and we're good to go. So we had a wedding in October, and it was fabulous. So as a concerned father, you're always wondering, well, who's this guy Mike? We've only had a couple of times to get together. I'm not real sure about everything that's been going on, where they met, how long they've been dating. And of course, I started asking lots of questions and whatnot, wondering what's Mike all about, where does he work, and who's his family. Well, of course, his family is fabulous. And wondering what's going on with this guy. And so, I'm a little concerned. Justin's good. You're good. I've got a rocks glass for you in the car. And yeah, he's a big rocks class guy. So I'm wondering about Mike. And so one day, I'm thinking, well, boy, everybody I've talked to, Mike is fantastic. This guy is getting rave reviews from everybody. His family loves him. He's got great siblings. He loves Kerry. Kerry's really happy, and I'm thrilled. So I'm thinking, okay. And even at Justin's wedding, he comes out, and he's a real gentleman. He comes out to the back. I'm actually grilling at Lauren's wedding, and he comes out with 2 rocks glasses filled with scotch. So I'd like to talk to you for a minute. I'm like, okay. I'd like to ask your permission to marry your daughter, Kerry. I'm like, wow, this guy is a class act. So, of course, he's got, a little tiny bit of scotch in those rocks glasses. And being Irish, I'm like, that's not happening. We're going to fill those up to the top. So I fill them up to the top, we throw them back, and we have an incredible wedding, and everything's great. And time goes on, and I'm sitting around thinking, boy, this guy is too perfect. He is way too perfect. What's happening? So I get a little concerned, because I've heard nothing but fabulous things. So what everybody doesn't know, including my family, is this: I worked with the CIA for 15 years as a special agent. But you think that's funny, do you? So I call my buddy JB, Jason Bourne, and I say, hey, you've got to run a little bit of information on old Mike here. So I call him up on the phone. It's close to midnight. He says, okay, what's his name? I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't even know this guy's last name. I'm having a brain cramp. So I quickly text Connor. I said, Connor, what's Mike's last name? So I get a text back from Connor. Hammock. And a quick follow-up. Like in between the trees. I'm like, okay, I get it. So I give Jason all the information. And about a week later, I get a FedEx package that's got a 45-pound box filled with papers. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Who is this guy, Mike Hammock? You know something about him that I don't know. And I said, make sure you check all his background. I want activity on the dark web. I want all the information I can find of this guy. So lo and behold, and this is just a very, very small part of it. I don't know if you guys can see this. And this box was 45 pounds of information. Now, and of course, this wasn't under Mike Hammock. It was under some aliases of Mike Hammock. We're going to go through those in a minute. But I just want to throw out some of the stuff we found on old Mikey here. Juvenile detention order, paternity suit, condemnation order, deportation order, illegal arms dealer, and so on. So many that we'd be here for another 30 minutes, and I'm not the kind of guy that just likes to hear myself talk. So we're not going to go down that path. But we are going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit, because this is definitely not the non-conventional speech. We've got some aliases that came up with Mike that are a little bit concerning. And the first one is Mikey B. So we're not sure if Mikey B is Mikey Bad Boy or where that's headed. The next one is Baby Cakes. Not sure where Baby Cakes came from either. Here's one that's a little concerning. Snugglebutts. Not sure where Snugglebutts came from either. I recently got a fax, literally the day we were leaving from old Jason. Park Ranger. Now we don't know what Park Ranger means, but they're looking into that as well. And the last one is Tequila Sunrise. That's from the dark web. So we're still looking into that. We're going to find everything we can on you. Oh yes, we are. No, but in all seriousness, everything that we've heard about Mike and everything that yeah, I hear you. Get out the barn. Has been great. The time that we spent together has been wonderful. We couldn't be more pleased to welcome Mike into our family. His family is fantastic, and we're thrilled that he's the one that Kerry got together with. So I first want to raise the glass to Mike, being such a great guy. We know he's going to take care of Kerry, and as a father, that's the most important thing. We want them to be happy, find peace, and enjoy their lives together. So let's have a drink toward Mike.
Yeah.
Now, having heard probably 350 different father of the bride speeches, I'm going to cut this real short because I'm not the kind of guy that likes to hear myself talk. You've got the guys that go on for 30 minutes. You've got the guys that are really boring, that don't know what they're talking about. And you got the stumble-bums that have had too much to drink. And then you've got the criers. Well, I kind of fit in with a couple of those. So I'm not gonna go down that path, but I'm gonna say to Kerry that, Kerry, you make me so proud, and here we go. You teed this up, Lauren, it's your fault. Your independence and your zest for life, your adventure, going to Europe by yourself, coming out to Denver, going through school, literally taking the bull by the horns. Kerry just did it by herself, no problem. And it's really impressive, and we love you to death. If I had a wish for Kerry, it would be that I could possibly relive everybody's childhood, her childhood, and all of my kids, which were incredible. And I love you both. Mike, I'm so happy you're taking the tell of her name. That's fantastic. We definitely want to keep you Irish in the family, and we will hold you dear forever. So please raise your glasses for these two guys. Wish them the best. We love you guys.